Hey there, fellow wanderers. Have you ever felt like life is pulling you in 100 different directions? Like you're stuck in a whirlwind of deadlines, worries, and what-ifs? Trust me, I've been there too. But after years of traveling the world, from the bustling streets of Bangkok to the silent deserts of Namibia, I've uncovered some life-changing ways to manage stress. And today, I'm sharing them with you. Let me start with a story. A few years ago, I found myself in a tiny village in the Himalayas. My trek had gone completely off track, and I was stranded without a guide, miles from the nearest town. The old me would have panicked, my mind racing with worst-case scenarios. But instead, I took a deep breath, sat down, and reminded myself of lesson 1. Pause, then prioritize. It's something I learned from the locals there. They move through life deliberately, unhurried, and with purpose. In moments of stress, I've found that taking just 30 seconds to pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what truly matters right now, can shift everything. Stress thrives in chaos, but clarity? That's the antidote. Lesson 2. Find your anchor. While traveling, I realized every place has its unique rhythm, the buzz of a city, the quiet of a forest. But no matter where I went, I always carried a small ritual with me. For me, it's journaling, just a few lines about how I feel and what I'm grateful for. It's my anchor, my constant, in an ever-changing world. What's your anchor? Maybe it's a morning walk, a cup of tea, or even just a deep breath at your desk. Anchors help ground you, even when life feels like a storm. Lesson 3. Release control. Picture this. I was in South America on a rickety bus winding through the Andes. Suddenly the bus stopped, a flat tire. No Wi-Fi, no schedules, nothing I could do. At first I felt my old friend, stress, creeping in. But then I looked outside. The view was breathtaking, snow-capped peaks stretching into the clouds. And I realized something. So much of our stress comes from trying to control what's uncontrollable. Let it go. The world has a way of working things out when you allow yourself to simply be. That's a lesson I carry everywhere now, whether I'm stuck in traffic or faced with a big life decision. Lesson 4. Stay present. There's this saying I heard in Bali. Worrying is like paying interest on a debt you don't owe yet. Stress often comes from living in the past or fearing the future, but the present? It's where life happens. One trick that works for me is using my senses to come back to the moment. What can I see, hear, or feel right now? When you ground yourself in the present, you'll find stress has less power over you. And finally, lesson 5. Connect with others and yourself. In Morocco, I shared a meal with a family who didn't speak my language, yet we laughed, shared stories, and bonded over bread and tea. Human connection has a way of dissolving stress like nothing else. But equally important is connecting with yourself. Listen to your needs. Rest when you're tired. Say no when your plate is full. The world will keep spinning, I promise. But you need to be your own safe harbor. So, my fellow traveler, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, remember these lessons. Pause, find your anchor, release control, stay present, and connect. Stress is part of life, but it doesn't have to own you. Life is a journey. Don't let stress rob you of its beauty. Now it's your turn. What's your go-to stress relief? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories and life lessons from around the world. Until next time, take a deep breath and keep wandering.